This woman, when faced with heartbreak, loss, or failure, does not run from the pain. She does not try to escape it. Instead, she turns toward it with the bravery of one who knows that to transform the dark, she must first step into it. She recognizes that pain is like the fire that hardens steel or the pressure that forges diamonds, and so she uses it. Pain is a universal experience, woven into the fabric of human existence. Yet so often we resist it. We see it as an intruder, something to be avoided, denied, or pushed away. This resistance, though natural, often intensifies the suffering. To accept pain does not mean to invite it or revel in it, but rather to acknowledge its presence without judgment. It is to understand that pain, like joy, is a part of life's rhythm, a wave in the ocean of existence. When we accept pain, we create space for it to exist rather than trying to suppress or control it. This does not mean that the pain disappears, but it loses its power to dominate. Resistance creates tension, a struggle that consumes energy and prolongs suffering. Acceptance, on the other hand, softens the edges of pain, allowing us to face it with clarity and courage. It is not a sign of weakness, but a profound act of strength, for to accept pain requires vulnerability and honesty. In accepting pain, we learn to sit with discomfort, to feel it fully without letting it define us. This act of acknowledgement can be transformative. It allows us to see pain for what it is: a signal, a teacher, a temporary state. Pain often points to something deeper, something unresolved or hidden. By accepting it, we open ourselves to the possibility of understanding its source and learning from it. Our culture often glorifies happiness and discourages the acknowledgement of pain, leading many to bury their struggles beneath a facade of positivity. Yet, the avoidance of pain does not eliminate it, it merely buries it deeper, where it festers and grows. Acceptance, by contrast, shines a light into the shadows. It brings the hidden into view, allowing for healing to begin. Acceptance also fosters self-compassion. When we accept our pain, we stop fighting against ourselves. We stop criticizing ourselves for feeling weak or broken. Instead, we learn to hold ourselves with kindness, to recognize that pain is not a flaw, but a shared human experience. This compassion can be a balm, soothing the wounds that pain leaves behind. There is a paradox in pain: the more we resist it, the more it persists. Acceptance does not mean giving up or becoming passive in the face of suffering. It is an active choice, a willingness to engage with what is real, however uncomfortable. In this engagement, we find the strength to move through pain rather than around it. By accepting pain, we also expand our capacity for joy. Pain and joy are not opposites, but two sides of the same coin. To numb one is to numb the other. When we accept pain, we allow ourselves to feel deeply, to live fully, embracing the highs and the lows. It is in this fullness of experience that life becomes rich and meaningful. Acceptance does not require that we like pain or seek it out, but it does ask us to respect it, to see it as a messenger rather than an enemy, a part of our journey rather than a deviation from it. Suffering often feels like an unwelcome burden, something we wish to escape as quickly as possible. Yet within the depths of suffering lies a profound opportunity for growth and self-discovery. It strips away the illusions we cling to, leaving us face to face with the raw essence of our humanity. While suffering is undeniably painful, it is also a powerful teacher, offering lessons that no other experience can provide. When we experience suffering, we are forced to confront the vulnerability that comes with being human. In those moments, our defenses crumble, and we are left exposed to the reality of life's uncertainties. This vulnerability, while uncomfortable, is where transformation begins. It allows us to see ourselves more clearly, to question the assumptions and patterns that may have contributed to our suffering, and to gain insight into what truly matters. Suffering also challenges our perception of control. In our daily lives, we often operate under the illusion that we can dictate outcomes, avoid pain, or shape our reality to our liking. But suffering shatters this illusion. reminding us that life is unpredictable and often beyond our control. Paradoxically, this realization can be liberating. It teaches us to let go of the need to control every aspect of our existence and instead embrace the flow of life with all its ups and downs. Through suffering, we develop resilience. Just as muscles grow stronger through strain, our inner strength is forged in the crucible of adversity. Every challenge we endure, every setback we overcome, adds to our capacity to handle future difficulties. Suffering forces us to dig deep, to tap into reserves of courage and determination we may not have known we possessed. It is in these moments that we discover our true strength, not in avoiding pain, but in enduring it and rising above it. Suffering also deepens our empathy and compassion. When we experience pain, we come to understand the struggles of others on a profound level. It softens the edges of judgment and fosters a connection to the shared human experience. This empathy can inspire us to reach out to others, to offer support and understanding in their times of need. In this way, suffering not only transforms us, but also enriches our relationships and our ability to contribute to the world around us. Moreover, suffering can serve as a catalyst for growth and change. It forces us to reevaluate our priorities, to question what we value, and to explore new paths. Often it is through the breaking of old patterns that new possibilities emerge. Suffering pushes us out of our comfort zones, challenging us to evolve and adapt in ways we might not have chosen otherwise. In the midst of suffering, it can be difficult to see beyond the pain. Yet as time passes, we often look back and realize that those moments of struggle were also moments of profound transformation. They shaped who we are, taught us what we are capable of, and revealed the depths of our strength and resilience. Pain has a way of demanding attention. It grabs hold of us, pulling us into its depths, making it hard to focus on anything else. For many, the instinct is to escape it, to numb it, or to push it away. Yet there is a profound shift that occurs when pain is no longer seen as an obstacle, but as a source of energy. Pain can be harnessed, transformed into a driving force that propels us forward. It can become the fuel that ignites change, growth, and the pursuit of something greater. At its core, pain is a signal, a message from within that something is amiss. Instead of ignoring it, we can choose to listen. When we sit with our pain and allow ourselves to feel it fully, it begins to reveal its nature. It might point to unresolved emotions, unmet needs, or areas of our lives that require attention. By understanding this message, we gain clarity about what needs to change, and that clarity becomes the foundation for action. Pain has the power to strip away complacency. It shakes us from our routines and forces us to confront the discomfort of our circumstances. This disruption, while difficult, can serve as a wake-up call. It can inspire us to take risks, to step outside our comfort zones, and to pursue goals that once seemed too daunting. Pain reminds us of what we have to lose and what we stand to gain, sharpening our focus and intensifying our determination. There is a raw, untapped energy in pain, and when channeled correctly, it can lead to extraordinary results. Athletes, artists, and innovators often speak of channeling their struggles into their work. The pain of rejection, failure, or loss becomes the fire that drives them to push harder, create more authentically, and achieve greatness. This transformation is not about denying the pain, but about redirecting it, using it as a source of motivation rather than allowing it to paralyze. Pain also teaches discipline. To harness it effectively, we must learn to manage our emotions, to stay grounded even in the face of overwhelming feelings. This process strengthens our emotional resilience and gives us greater control over our actions. Instead of reacting impulsively or being consumed by negativity, we learn to harness the intensity of our emotions and direct them toward constructive outcomes. Moreover, pain can serve as a reminder of our deeper, why the core reasons behind our efforts and aspirations. It reconnects us to our purpose, reminding us of what truly matters. When we use our pain to fuel our journey, we infuse our actions with meaning and passion. Each step forward becomes not just an act of perseverance, but a testament to our ability to rise above adversity. The act of transforming pain into fuel is a form of empowerment. It shifts the narrative from being a victim of circumstances to being the author of one's story. It is a declaration that while pain is unavoidable, its power over us is not. Through this process, we reclaim agency over our lives, using pain as a tool for growth and a catalyst for change. Emotions are the invisible threads that weave through the fabric of our lives, influencing our thoughts, actions, and experiences. Among them, the heavier ones, anger, sadness, fear, and grief, can feel overwhelming, even paralyzing. Yet, hidden within these emotions lies a profound opportunity, the ability to transform them into something powerful and positive. This process, often referred to as emotional alchemy, is the art of turning emotional pain into strength, growth, and wisdom. At its heart, emotional alchemy begins with acknowledgement. Many people are conditioned to suppress or deny negative emotions, fearing they will become too much to handle. But emotions do not disappear. When ignored, they linger, often manifesting in unintended ways. By bringing them into conscious awareness, we take the first step toward transformation. This act of facing emotions head-on requires courage and honesty. It is an acceptance of what is without judgment or resistance. Once emotions are acknowledged, the process of understanding them begins. Each emotion carries a message, a story about our inner world. Anger may reveal boundaries that have been crossed or unmet needs. Sadness might point to a sense of loss or unfulfilled desires. Fear could highlight areas of uncertainty or vulnerability. By exploring the root causes of these emotions, we uncover valuable insights about ourselves and our experiences. This understanding becomes the foundation for change. Emotional alchemy is not about eliminating negative emotions, but about transforming their energy. Emotions are inherently powerful. They drive behavior, influence decisions, and shape our perspectives. When left unchecked, they can lead to destructive patterns. However, when harnessed intentionally, their energy can be redirected toward positive outcomes. For example, anger can fuel determination, sadness can deepen empathy, and fear can sharpen focus and preparation. This transformation requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing emotions as obstacles, we begin to see them as opportunities. Negative emotions are not the enemy, they are a source of raw energy waiting to be channeled. This shift is both liberating and empowering, as it allows us to reclaim control over our emotional lives. Another key aspect of emotional alchemy is self-compassion. The process of transforming emotions is not linear, nor is it always easy. It involves moments of vulnerability, self-reflection, and even discomfort. Being kind to ourselves throughout this journey is essential. Self-compassion provides the space needed to process emotions without guilt or shame, creating an environment where growth can flourish. Through emotional alchemy, we develop resilience. Each transformed emotion becomes a stepping stone, a reminder of our ability to adapt and grow. Over time, this practice cultivates a deeper sense of emotional intelligence. We become more adept at recognizing and understanding our emotions as well as those of others. This heightened awareness enhances our relationships, communication, and overall well-being. Ultimately, emotional alchemy is a testament to the human capacity for transformation. It shows that even in the face of intense emotional pain, we have the ability to create something meaningful and beautiful. It is a reminder that our emotions, no matter how heavy, are not fixed. They are dynamic forces that can be shaped and directed with intention. Perspective shapes the way we experience the world. It acts as a lens through which we interpret events, relationships, and even our own emotions. The same situation can evoke completely different reactions depending on how it is perceived. This inherent malleability of perspective is not just a fact of life, but a profound source of power. By shifting our perspective, we can redefine challenges, transform our emotional state, and unlock possibilities we previously could not see. When faced with adversity, our initial perspective often centers on the pain, loss, or frustration of the moment. It is natural to feel overwhelmed by the immediate weight of a difficult situation. However, by stepping back and viewing the same experience from a broader angle, we can begin to see it differently. A setback at work, for example, might feel like a failure in the short term, but with time and reflection, it could reveal itself as a turning point, leading to new opportunities or personal growth. Perspective grants us the ability to reframe our experiences. Reframing does not mean denying reality or pretending everything is fine. Rather, it involves choosing to focus on the aspects of a situation that empower us instead of those that diminish us. This shift allows us to find meaning in hardship and recognize the lessons embedded in our struggles. It turns moments of despair into opportunities for learning and resilience. One of the most powerful aspects of perspective is its ability to create distance between ourselves and our emotions. In the heat of the moment, emotions often cloud our judgment, making challenges seem insurmountable. But when we take a step back, when we imagine looking at the situation as an outsider or as our future selves, we often find that the intensity of those emotions diminishes. This detachment gives us clarity, enabling us to respond to difficulties with greater wisdom and composure. Perspective also fosters gratitude. In the midst of hardship, it is easy to focus solely on what is going wrong. However, by broadening our view, we can also recognize what remains positive or supportive in our lives. Gratitude shifts our focus from lack to abundance, from despair to hope. It reminds us that even in challenging times, there is something to appreciate, something that sustains us and gives us strength to move forward. A change in perspective often requires deliberate effort. It can involve seeking out different viewpoints, whether through conversations, reading, or introspection. It might mean imagining how someone else would see the situation or reflecting on how past challenges eventually led to growth. Over time, cultivating this practice helps us build mental and emotional flexibility, enabling us to adapt to life's complexities with greater ease. The power of perspective lies in its ability to transform not only how we see the world, but also how we experience it. By shifting our focus, we can turn obstacles into stepping stones, wounds into wisdom, and setbacks into setups for something greater. Perspective, when consciously harnessed, becomes a tool for empowerment, enabling us to face life with clarity, resilience, and purpose. The experiences we endure, both joyful and painful, shape who we are and how we navigate the world. When these experiences are shared, they can become a powerful force for empowerment, offering others a sense of connection, understanding, and hope. There is a unique strength in vulnerability and ability to turn personal struggles into tools for uplifting others and fostering collective growth. When someone chooses to share their story, they create a bridge between themselves and others. Challenges and hardships, when kept private, can feel isolating, as though no one else could possibly understand. But when those experiences are spoken aloud, they resonate deeply. They remind others that pain, failure, and fear are universal, not signs of weakness or inadequacy. This sense of shared humanity can be profoundly empowering, allowing others to feel less alone in their struggles. Sharing experiences also serves as a source of inspiration. A person who has faced adversity and emerged stronger demonstrates that resilience is possible. Their story becomes a living example that hardship does not have to define or defeat someone. It shows that healing, growth, and transformation are attainable, even in the face of overwhelming odds. This inspiration can ignite courage and determination in others, encouraging them to take the first steps toward their own paths of change. Experience is one of the greatest teachers, and when we share what we have learned, we offer others valuable insights. The lessons gained through failure, heartbreak, or loss are often hard-won, but they carry wisdom that can guide others in their journeys. Whether it is advice on navigating a similar challenge, words of comfort during a tough time, or strategies for growth, these lessons can have a ripple effect, impacting lives beyond our own. Empowering others through experience also requires listening and empathy. Sharing is not a one-way street. It involves understanding the needs and emotions of those we wish to uplift. By listening to their struggles and validating their feelings, we create a safe space for dialogue and connection. When our experiences align with theirs, it builds trust and opens the door for genuine support and encouragement. There is also an element of accountability in using one's experiences to empower others. When we choose to lead by example, to demonstrate resilience, kindness, or strength, we hold ourselves to a higher standard. This accountability not only reinforces our own growth, but also amplifies the impact we have on others. It transforms our experiences into a source of continuous motivation and purpose. Moreover, the act of sharing and empowering others often leads to mutual healing. In offering our stories and support, we find that we too are strengthened. The connections formed through shared experiences remind us of our capacity for compassion and our inherent interconnectedness. They reinforce the idea that even the most painful chapters of our lives can serve a greater purpose. Through our experiences, we have the ability to light a path for others, turning our pain into their hope, our lessons into their guidance, and our strength into their inspiration. This exchange is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and its capacity to uplift, transform, and empower.